Hola amigos, buenos días y bienvenidos a la clase de español. Welcome to Spanish class. Today we're going to be talking about Argentina. Argentina is one of 21 Spanish-speaking countries. We talked about Costa Rica last week, and today we're talking about Argentina. I hope to be able to have some more country studies this year, but they probably will not happen until later in the year. So let's get started. Now, before you keep the video going, I want you to make sure to go to my Google Classroom. When you get there, you can either on the stream click the assignment or go to the classwork page and you will click on the assignment called Virtual Students Argentina. Yours will probably have your name on it when you open it up, but it should say your name, Virtual Argentina. Click on it. And this is the page, the Google Slides that I want you to fill out as the video goes. So if you need to pause the video at any point to make sure to insert this information, you can split screen or you can pause as you go. But you will need to fill this out at the during class, during this video, and then turn it in at the end. Each of the boxes, you just double click it in to insert your answer, whatever we talk about. And then you'll go to the next one. So again, pause this video, go open this up, and let's get started. So, primero tenemos la bandera, the flag. La bandera tiene dos colores, azul y amarillo. Some basic information. El capital is Buenos Aires. The capital is Buenos Aires. And for a fun fact, the currency is the Argentine peso. And Argentina is located here in the southern part of South America. And so Buenos Aires is your first answer. So that's the first thing you're going to write here in this red box. Capital. Pause the video if you need to. Buenos Aires is the capital. La comida típica de Argentina. Choose 2 or 3 to write down in the box. Again, this box is the comida típica here in the orange box. But some different ones are asado, chimichurri sauce, provoleta, dulce de leche, alfajores, y empanadas. Asado is a type of barbecue where they take meat and vegetables and they put it on the grill. They season it with different spices and sauces and things. It's usually something that people do together with family or with friends. It's not typically just an everyday type meal. Chimichurri sauce is a sauce that people will make that it can be spicy or mild. It just kind of depends on who makes it and your preference. But it's made with a blend of different spices and herbs, especially cilantro. They use onions. Sometimes they'll spice it with jalapenos and other peppers. And it's a really vibrant green sauce. Provoleta is queso fundido. It's a type of cheese fondue. Dulce de leche is it's usually mostly like a sauce, but it is very much like peanut butter or Nutella consistency, but it doesn't taste like peanut butter or Nutella. It is a caramel type flavor. You can actually find this in the grocery store, at Kroger, Walmart. You can also find it at the Hispanic stores around town. Alfajores are a cookie. It's basically 2 cookies with dulce de leche in between. And then we have empanadas. Empanadas are very famous in most Spanish-speaking countries, and it's basically a version of a pizza pocket where you have dough, you put your food inside, so it could be sweet or savory, like chicken, cheese, or even if you wanted it to be kind of a sweet, you could put chocolate or cream in it, and then you pinch the sides, and then you either bake it or fry it. So if you need to, pause the video if you haven't jotted any of these down, but choose 2 or 3 to write on in that orange box. Let's look at some pictures. So primero we have some asado, chimichurri sauce, provoleta, dulce de leche, alfajores, y empanadas. All right, let's keep going. You're welcome to pause and look some more, but we're going to keep going. So, some deportes actividades. This is the box that you'll fill out. I believe it's the yellow box to the right. But I would recommend you write all three down, but definitely write down two of these. The most and biggest sport deporte that we are going to see is football, football, football. It is huge. They are known worldwide for their soccer team. They take it very, very seriously. And a very famous soccer player, a lot of people know who this is, but this is Leo Messi or Lionel Messi. And we'll talk about him a little bit more at the end. Baseball is their second top sport, but it is not as popular as soccer by all means. And then the last activity is el tango. It is a type of ballroom dance. And we're actually going to watch a clip of it on here and what it's like. Make sure again to jot down these two, pause the video if you need to, and let's watch a clip of the tango. And I apologize for the blurriness of this video. And we're not going to watch the whole thing, but the cool thing about the tango is it originates from Argentina, and the tango is known for being a very serious dance. It's very fast and has a lot of very cool tricks and fancy footwork. So let's watch a little bit of this. So again, there's a lot of fancy footwork involved. That was a very basic version of the tango, but you saw there a lot of fancy footwork and cool tricks. So let's move on to the next section. This is the productos. This should be directly underneath deportes and actividades. And tres productos que tienen en Argentina son la soya, maíz, y carros y partes de carros, cars and car parts. Go ahead and write down two or three of these or all three. When you finish, if you pause the video if you need to, and we will move on. All right, so some datos interesantes. These are interesting dates. This should start on the next slide. I believe I will double check. Yes, so when you go, it should be on slide number 2, the blue box. But so there are three main datos interesantes, and I do want you to jot down these three. I don't want you to write down all the explanations of it, just the three bullet points. So Carnaval, Día de la Independencia, y Festival de Tango en Buenos Aires. So these again are some of the interesting dates that we would see in Argentina. The first one is Carnaval. This happens at the end of February and is celebrated in different parts of the world, especially in Brazil. Brazil is probably um, the country that celebrates this holiday the most, and Spain also celebrates this festival. But it's a lot like Mardi Gras, if you've ever heard of Mardi Gras. There's a lot of parades and food and just a time where people spend time together, enjoying each other's company, doing fun things like dressing up and eating good food. Dia de la Independencia for them is Julio 9. It's very similar to the 4th of July for us, where they celebrate with their families. They will have parades and speeches, and they'll spend time together eating and enjoying each other's company. And sometimes they'll even have fireworks just like us. One interesting fact about Argentina is that they officially signed their Declaration of Independence from Spain in 1916, but had been independent from Spain for longer than that. They were independent from Spain in the 1800s. It just took longer for that to happen. And if you watch the video that I'm going to attach to today's lesson, to this video, they'll kind of talk more about the history with that and why this happened, which you are welcome to watch that video after this one is over. And then the last one is Festival de Tango in Buenos Aires. This is the Festival of Tango, which is the traditional dance of Argentina, which originated, so it started in Argentina. And what most people do is they will have, they commemorate it by having people come to Argentina from all over the world to compete in a competition in Buenos Aires, in the capital. And so it's just a very interesting holiday. Again, if you need to pause to write what you need down, and then move on. All right, these are lugares turísticos. This is the purple box on your paper. These are tourist destinations. I would write down 2 or 3 of them again, just like we've been doing. And each of these different places I think are very interesting. Iguazu Falls is a series of waterfalls that you can find in Argentina. It's not just one big waterfall, it's several close together. Perito Moreno Glacier, there is still a glacier that remains in Argentina, and so you can still see it today. I don't believe they let you step onto the glacier, but I do think that you can see it. Buenos Aires, the city of Barrios, Tierra del Fuego National Park, and the historic Cordoba Catedral. If you need to, pause the video. If not, let's move on. So here's some pictures here. Here we have Iguazu Falls, the glacier, Buenos Aires, Tierra del Fuego National Park, and Cordoba Cathedral. What I think is interesting about the cathedral, the outside is interesting, but I really think the inside is very different. I've seen a lot of different cathedrals, and you don't quite see the same stonework where they have the different color bricks on the inside and then the way that they lay them. It's just very interesting and different to me. So, the last portion that you have is the Argentinos Famosos, famous Argentinians. And the 2 famous ones that we're going to talk about is Lionel Messi. He is a soccer player. He has played for the Argentina before in the World Cup, but he is known for playing for Barça. That is the Barcelona Spain soccer team, which is my favorite soccer team. And he's played on that team for a long time. And then we have Pope Francis. This is the current Pope of the Catholic Church, and he is originally from Argentina as well. So please write these down in that in the pink box, and when you're done, we will move on to the last little bit here. So the 2 questions that I'm asking you are similar to last week's, where I want you to describe Argentina. ¿Cómo es Argentina? And you're using your sentence structure. Argentina es blank y blank. And I believe on slide number 5 in your activity, it has a list of adjectives for you to use. And then the last question is, what was one thing you were really interested in when learning about Argentina? What was something that you thought was cool or different about that country? So, once you finish answering all the questions, please make sure to turn in your response, your Google Slides that you've been filling out, and then you are done for the day. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Again, if you want to learn more about Argentina, there's a second video listed on my Google Classroom next to this one. So if you want to watch it, you're welcome to. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios, hasta luego.